All right, guys, we are going to be reacting to typical Russian apartment tour and price 2024. Let's jump in.
Okay, so today I'm going to show you a typical Russian apartment in Moscow. Stay tuned because at the end I'll be telling you exactly how much it costs to rent, how much for electric, water, utilities, things like that. I've picked out an apartment that is absolutely standard in terms of renovation. It's right down the middle, in terms of the building, the lift, all that type of thing. I've tried to pick one right in the medium level.
Oh, that's good.
The apartment's probably slightly bigger than an average apartment here, but otherwise everything would be, yeah, what you could expect if you're someone of absolute average income. You can see in the background here, the buildings in the distance. Over there is where the metro is. So again, we're kind of medium distance, a 10-minute walk from the metro, the underground subway area. So let's take a look and hopefully you'll find what a typical apartment in Russia looks like, an interesting video. So here's the building we're going to. It's a big building, as you see. So we're heading inside. Have a look at some of the cars parked out here so you get an idea.
What kind of people live there? Yeah, that's how you know.
So these brands you'll be familiar with: Volvo,
Oh, HRV.
Honda.
Honda. My dad used to have that car.
Toyota.
Mazda.
We're coming towards the end of winter now, so snow is melting, it's getting a bit messy. So we're coming to the entrance of the building here. What you'll find in Russia is that at the breakup of the USSR, people were given their flats. And therefore, there's not really any good or bad areas. So there's no kind of no-go zones or anything like that. And what you get is people that are on the wealthy end of the spectrum living with people who you would say are on the relatively poor end of the spectrum. All that's different is the renovation inside of the flat is better for the people that have more money. But that accountability of people with different incomes means there's very little crime, there's very little disagreements between people, there's a lot of accountability amongst neighbours. People don't tend to lock their doors on each floor. Neighbours share ingredients for food when they need something, all things like that. So a bit more of a kind of older school culture, perhaps, that our grandparents would have grown up with in England or in America. But yeah, so as I say, you can find old cars here and new cars. It could be someone, your neighbour could be someone who drives a Rolls Royce, and you could be someone that drives a very old Lada. It's very common like that. So nearly all doors and entrances have a two-door system. You have the first door where you can ring on the phone for people's apartments to let you in. And a second door acts as like a second barrier for security. And then some of the buildings have concierge 24 hours a day, some don't. It really is a mix. This one does.
Typical, like...
Let's go in, I'll show you.
The more expensive you get a doorman and all that, the less expensive you get a door.
Come into the first one.
That's nice, I like that.
Through the second one.
Yeah.
I always think, I mean, I've never been in a situation where I had to run and open up my apartment door, but I like that little fob because if God forbid someone's chasing after you and your apartment is right there, imagine you having to get out your key, you know what I mean? So I like the key fob. I think it's a lot more
safer.
Yeah.
So you see here we have concierge working in this building.
Oh, okay.
You have everybody's letterboxes. You see, everybody always, as tradition here in Russia, collects batteries down here because obviously they're disposed a different way.
That's for what?
Batteries. You're not supposed
That's
to
how
really
your
put them in
entrance
your
looks.
trash.
So we'll head up to the flat. And as is the case, nearly all these buildings have two lifts.
Really?
No.
Oh man, I feel bad. I've been putting batteries in the trash. Oh my god.
Yeah, well, certain ones you can, but I think the older ones you're really not supposed to know because it could start a fire.
You're right.
When they take out the trash.
So we'll go up.
Now I feel bad.
I think the ones now you can just put off, but the older ones. Yeah.
We're getting up to the 5th floor. This is, again, absolutely kind of standard mid-range lift. There's lots of buildings that have newer lifts in them now. But some still have the very old ones, but this is quite an old one. But I want to show you something representative of the truth, of something absolutely standard in the medium.
Like how they call it the lift, the elevator.
So with all, as always, they will have the rubbish chute like this. So you can fit small items of rubbish in your chute.
So
It's collected down the bottom. And you have the stairwell if the lifts aren't working. As you'll see in the stairwell, obviously it's not beautiful or anything, but again, there's not graffiti, there's not people smoking or sleeping in here, anything like that, because again, everybody is held accountable by their neighbours, and therefore you feel safe. Women walk up these stairs any time of day or night and can feel safe. There's very low crime in these flats. So we're heading to the flat itself. Okay, in the corridor, see they have a pull-up bar there. And there's two flats there.
That is interesting.
Electric, water. That's a bit crazy. And then
everyone's meter.
two more flats there. And people keep bikes and winter things there.
Wow.
So you've got four
It's very impressive that you
flats
can
in
leave it
total.
outside.
On each floor. Russia tends to have these pretty big secure doors.
That's nice. Oh, I like that.
So if we go
That's
in,
nice.
you see we've got built-in cupboards here.
Wow.
And so we'll start here, going into the kitchen. So the first door here is like a storage area, pantry, I call it. And then after that, we have a toilet. So in Russia, this is very common to have a toilet like this. So what they tend to do, they tend to have toilet separate to the bath and shower area, which I like. I like it to be separated off. It's very common here. So then we go
It makes sense if somebody's taking a shower,
the kitchen.
you can still use the toilet. Makes sense.
See here,
Makes sense.
pretty good
Privacy
space,
too, I guess. Okay.
like that.
Very cozy.
Very cozy. Yeah, I like that one.
Yeah, I've seen some
So
of
I would
these buildings.
say, if
So
we
I've
take
seen some of the videos
kind of-
where a lot of these buildings, they're like that. The kitchen is very cozy. It's not very big, but it's cozy.
I kind of like that it's separate too.
Yeah.
Like our kitchen, for example, is just open area because you can see
Yeah.
the living room, the dining room, and then we have an island
Yeah.
where we
To
eat
eat it.
on. So ours is open,
Mm-hmm.
open concept they
Yeah.
call it. This
Mm-hmm.
Here
is,
they divide it.
yeah.
a renovation in this. This is absolutely standard. Of course, you can find lots worse than this, but you can also find lots to a higher, newer specification than this. So what I'm trying to show you here is an absolute kind of standard renovation in Moscow, where it's been probably done in the last 5 to 6 years with not very expensive materials, but that look, fairly modern and okay, and probably perfect if you own a flat and want
Catch
to rent
up
out
with
to
times,
people.
basically. Something
Right.
like that.
So if we
That's
Oh, yeah, that's
nice
perfect.
continue the
though.
tour here, so you see this is where we came in. This was the bathroom door, and then the pantry there, and then the door that we came in on.
I
There's a
like
little
the
hole,
art.
yeah,
You have
It's
all
really
these
nice.
fitted cupboards all the way along here. You can see all the sliding doors,
Okay, that's nice.
and then have the main
Oh, that's
living
nice.
room.
That's perfect.
That's pretty.
Oh, no, that's
So-
perfect.
So that's the living room.
Yeah,
Go in
that's
and have a look in
perfect.
here. So this is what they call 3-bed flat. What that means is it has 2 bedrooms, 1 living area, and then you have the kitchen and bathroom.
Yeah.
The size of this is around 95 square meters, so it's suitable for
10,022
anywhere
square feet.
between
1,000 square feet.
1,022 square foot. Well, it makes sense because this one has the bathroom with it. Yeah, so
How much
yeah,
is ours?
it's
1,087.
1,092.
It's a lot less than where we were over there.
Yeah, the other one was 1,322, and this one
Yeah.
is 1,090 something.
Yeah,
But
but we
it
wanted the pantry.
makes sense because if you see his toilet is very small. The space. Ours like a thing, like a
room.
room, right?
And our closet
It's
is
very big.
very
It's a
big
walk-in
too.
closet,
Walk-in
yeah.
closet,
But
yeah.
this is
I would
very
say a
cozy. My
family of
God.
I like
four.
it.
They know how to. They knew how to optimize
Yes.
the space.
2 people up to 4, I would say, like that could live here comfortably. But it's a nice, spacious room, as you see.
It's nice, yeah.
It's got these nice bay windows, like this. In Russia, everybody tends to have these net curtains. Obviously, you live in flats, although the other flats are quite a long way away. People just like that privacy, so tend to keep it like that.
Oh, he
But
said
yeah,
privacy
very big,
instead of
nice,
privacy.
spacious
Yeah.
room.
Privacy. That's how
Again, everything
British
very
people
sort of
pronounce it.
standard here. If you look at the furniture, this is, nothing particularly nice, but not bad either. But yeah, I'm trying to show you absolutely kind of what is a standard Russian
Now, I'm
flat.
curious, does it come furnished or do you buy your own sofa and
Good
all that
question. I
stuff?
don't know, but that's a good question. Let me know in the comment section below. Does it comes furnished, or
With
do
all
you
the
have,
furniture and
or do you have to buy your own furniture?
Mhm. My hand is off.
We can go off into the next room, which is, this is the main bedroom here. So as you see, again, good size really.
Comfy?
Yeah, again, has this built-in cupboard area, and you've got windows on the back here. Let's have a look. There's a balcony.
little
Take a
balcony,
look
yeah.
out there.
Oh, okay.
So the balcony is not heated. I think they very rarely are in Russia. Of course, some people transform the balconies, but as here, people using it more like a storage area. That's very common. You can see out the window here. So that window there would belong to the neighbour. Yeah, there's a road out there, as you see. But still, good to have a balcony area for storage and just to come out, perhaps some fresh air. So, that's me. 2 more rooms. We've got the main bathroom here now.
Okay.
Okay.
So, a washing machine, which is common in Russia. People have here a bath.
Is that a washer and a dryer or just
Oh,
is
that's a
it a
good question.
2-in-1
Area,
or
and as I
just
say, without the
one?
toilet,
Good question.
the
Let me
toilet's
know what you
almost
guys think in the
always
comment section below.
separate in
2-in-1
Russia.
or just a washer or a dryer?
Or do you guys hang
So
dry your
not
clothes?
sure where you're from. Obviously, I grew up in England, and usually the toilet was always in the in with the bath or the shower. So slightly different here, but as I say, I prefer it that way. Let me know what it's like where you live and which country you're in. So then we go to the next room. Now, obviously, this has been used, I think, kind of as a room. I guess they're using it a spare room as opposed to a bedroom, but obviously it could quite easily be a bedroom. Yeah, but as you see, good size again.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, you can see out the window there. Buildings opposite. Still winter here, snow.
Get some nice natural lighting in there too.
So there it is. Again, you have this floor here, not particularly expensive laid, but looks fairly modern.
Looks nice.
Yeah, all looks okay.
Looks like ours. We have, what is it, vinyl floor?
One thing that is absolute custom here in Russia is
And that's comfy.
when you go into the house from outdoors, you take your shoes off. Nobody walks through the house or the flat with shoes on. In
We do
England,
that
people
as
do that
well.
all the time.
Yeah,
I always
that's our
used
rule.
to, but after living here for a while now, even I find that disgusting to do that. If I go to anyone's house, I immediately take my shoes off, even if they don't when I'm in England or America. But yeah, in Russia, everybody takes their shoes off, and actually, people also almost immediately get changed into pajamas or other clothes. Again, it's seen as your outdoor clothes.
That makes sense.
Dirty.
I can see
and
that.
they're not for the home. So yeah, it's just a culture here to change your shoes and out of your shoes and change your clothes. Yeah, there's the tour of what I would say is a typical flat in Moscow, Russia, at kind of the middle standard level. So let's talk about price, the important part. So this flat is 65,000 rubles per month, including utilities, your water
So
and
$600.
electric. Now, 65,000 rubles is exactly £550 sterling in England,
Yeah, so
or $698. So let's call it
$700. That's what I
$700.
said. That's
So
what I
for a
said. Yeah,
95 square meter
that's what I said.
flat in Moscow, which is about
That's
a 10
crazy.
minute walk
And
to the
we're
metro.
talking about a major city. We're not talking about in the
Wow.
countryside, major city.
And from the metro, it's a direct line, approximately 15 to 17 minutes into the dead center red square of
Wow, that's
Moscow.
very good.
That's what
Yeah.
it's going to cost you. So that's all your overheads, utilities, plus the fat. So $700 and £550 sterling. So let me know what you think. What do you think of the value of that,
Only like
considering where
25,000
we
of the
are?
utilities.
Is it more expensive in your country? Is it about the same? Of course, people talk about
Triple.
relative to what people earn here. Of course, that's true as well, but many factors are overlooked in Russia, such as healthcare is free. You can go to the doctor, to the dentist, and you don't have to pay anything. So there's a lot of other costs saved here. But yeah, for a flat, that's how much it costs. If you look at average salaries, I think most people who, if they lived alone, would be able to afford this, but are unlikely to have a flat this big anyway. But certainly if you've got a household where there's two or more earners, this kind of flat is very affordable. And I think it's got everything you need. So I hope you guys found that interesting.
What do you think?
Wow.
That's crazy. I'm telling you, that's
We pay a lot for our rent. And
yeah,
it's funny, our rent is going up just a little bit, just a little bit.
just a little bit.
We've been here for 3 years, but still.
So yeah, it's ours is like almost 3 times
Yeah.
this right here.
And when we lived in New York City, we had a studio.
Mm-hmm.
So you walk in, we had a little, bath to the left with, your toilet, a little kitchen, a very small refrigerator,
Mm-hmm.
and then our living space. So we just did a little couch with the TV and our bed.
That's it.
And that was $1,400 USD.
It was I don't even know. It was like 600 square feet.
It was very small.
It was
Plus,
very small.
that doesn't include utilities. I
Utilities.
think the only thing included was heat.
Heater, yeah.
But here we have to pay everything except water. So we pay electric, we pay
Well, the
heat,
internet
gas,
too.
internet. Our electric is like $140 because I'm always doing laundry.
Yeah, right. It is up there.
Yes.
Oh, there you have it, guys. That's very good. That's a very nice, cozy,
It's very cool, very homey.
very homey.
I like the arch. To me, I like design, so I like the arch. I think it makes it look a little bit more sophisticated, the
There you
apartment.
go. Yeah, I
But
think
that is very comfy.
they know how to optimize space as well.
Yes.
They know how to optimize space. Well, there you have it, guys. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. I would love to hear you guys' opinions. Is he right? Is he messing up the numbers? Let me know in the comment section below. I'll see you next one.